guys, and welcome to Story Time. Today we are going to be reading one of my absolute favorite books. It is called No Sleep for the Sheep, written by Beaumont and illustrated by Jackie Urbanovic. Now, this is such a fun story. We are going to be exploring rhythm and expression while we read today. So, I will be using a beat as I'm reading because this book has a lot of rhymes and rhythm to it. So it makes it really easy for you to get into a singing rhythm almost. So watch for that as I'm reading. Listen really carefully, okay? Now, the other things we're going to be exploring are patterns and problems. I can already tell by looking at the cover what the problem is going to be and by reading the title. The title already says no sleep for the sheep, and when I look at the pictures or the illustrations, I see that sheep looks really distressed and has his ears clogged up, while the other animals, some of them have their mouths wide open and it looks like they're making a lot of noise. So I'm going to guess that the sheep can't get any sleep and it's really tired because all these animals keep making noise. So see if you can spot that problem throughout the story. Also, listen for some patterns. See if you notice any repeating patterns in the book. I know I gave you a lot to focus on for this story, so let's get started and see if you can keep up. You can always watch it again. No Sleep for the Sheep by Beaumont and Jackie Urbanovic. Ooh, look at that rooster, already really tired and yawning. You know what else I see? I see some different colors across what looks like the sky. It's dark blue, kind of purpley as we go down, and it blends into this yellow. That makes me think that the time or the setting is very important. Could it be the sun rising? Maybe the sun setting? Let's see. Oh, you might notice that this book is a little bit beat up. I inherited it from someone who didn't quite treat it very well, but we're going to do our best and make sure that this book stays nice for the rest of its time with me. All right, ready to get started? In the big red barn on the farm, in the big red barn on the farm. A sheep fell asleep in the big red barn, in the big red barn on the farm. Oh, in the distance, I see someone's silhouette and their shadow on the ground. Oh boy, did you notice the rhythm in the beat? Then there came a loud quack at the door, and the sheep couldn't sleep anymore. Go to sleep, said the sheep to the duck at the door, and please don't quack anymore. There's that problem. The sheep can't sleep. Quack, said the duck in the barn. Shush, not a peep, go to sleep, said the sheep in the big red barn in the farm. Soon the duck and the sheep fell fast asleep in the big red barn on the farm. Okay, problem solved. The sheep said to be quiet, the duck got quiet, and they both fell asleep. That's the solution. I'm sure there are no more problems in this book. Uh-oh. Then there came a loud baa at the door, and the sheep couldn't sleep anymore. Now who says baa? Go to sleep, said the sheep to the goat at the door, and please don't baa anymore. Baa, said the goat in the barn. Shh, not a peep, go to sleep, said the sheep in the big red barn on the farm. Soon the goat and the sheep fell fast asleep in the big red barn on the farm. Okay, I'm noticing a pattern already. Maybe you can spot it. I'll wait till a few more animals. Then there came a loud oink at the door, and the sheep couldn't sleep anymore. Go to sleep, said the sheep to the pig at the door, and please don't oink anymore. Now the pig has come to interrupt the sleep. Oink, said the pig in the barn. Shh, not a peep, go to sleep, said the sheep in the big red barn on the farm. Soon the pig and the sheep fell fast asleep in the big red barn on the farm. Can you hear the rhythm I'm reading with and the expression? It's kind of like a song. Then there came a loud moo at the door, and the sheep couldn't sleep anymore. Go to sleep, said the sheep to the cow at the door, and please don't moo anymore. Moo, said the cow in the barn. Shh, not a peep, go to sleep, said the sheep in the big red barn on the farm. Soon the cow and the sheep fell fast asleep in the big red barn on the farm. Are you noticing the pattern? Seems to me it's getting bigger and bigger. Then there came a loud neigh at the door, and the sheep couldn't sleep anymore. Go to sleep, said the sheep to the horse at the door, and please don't neigh anymore. Even the words are getting bigger. Neigh, said the horse in the barn. Shush, not a peep, go to sleep, said the sheep in the big red barn on the farm. There are so many faces of the sheep. He looks so distressed. He looks so angry and frustrated. Soon the horse and the sheep fell fast asleep in the big red barn on the farm. In a deep, deep sleep in the big red barn, on the farm. Before we turn the page, let's notice something. I see in the window of the barn that the sky is getting orange. We noticed the sky before and we were trying to figure out what time it was, what the setting was. The setting was that the sun was going down. That was the time. And then now, the orange sky makes me think that the sun is coming back up. And this has been happening all night long. Whew. Then, what's going to happen next? Cock-a-doodle-doo! Wake up, all of you! Hey, sheep, that means you too. But the sheep slept right on through the neighs and the moos and the cock-a-doodle-doos in the big red barn on the farm. Looks like sheep was way too tired to wake up. All the other animals got plenty of sleep, though. Poor sheep. Beep. That's the end, friends. I hope you enjoyed the story. Make sure, when you listen, go back and figure out what the different patterns were. Did you notice that some of the same things kept happening over and over and over again? Maybe did you notice that the words got a little bit bigger each time? Makes me think that there were two different types of patterns in the story, a repeating pattern and a growing pattern. Maybe you can spot even more than I spotted. I hope you enjoyed the story today, friends. That's all the time we have. I'll see you next time. Bye.